Hi, Jen Elledge here, sexual health expert and founder of the Talk Institute, here to help you talk to your kids about sex and growing up. Our next book review is on It's Not the Stork. This is such an awesome book. It's designed for kids 4 and older, and it's written by Robbie Harris. And what I love is that it really wasn't written by just him. He consulted with a team of people. There's a whole page that he contributes to everyone that helped with the book. I mean, look at this. So there's pediatricians in here, and there's other sexuality organizations that were consulted on this book. So it's an awesome book. It's Not the Stork. So again, this is for young children, 4 and older, and it really helps you just start this conversation. So the very first part of it is a comic, like a little comic strip. And basically Bird and Bee go to the zoo, and they're asking about baby hippos, and it sort of helps you transition into the book that, where do the babies come from? And it's not the stork, right? So it's a great, cute little introduction. As you go through, one of the things I noticed about this book that was really refreshing, like you can really see it on this page, is that it uses all racial backgrounds, and there's even a child, a child in a wheelchair in here, so it's very diverse. The images in the book are very diverse. And this page here, it says girls do this and boys do that. So it sounds like it's going to talk about the difference between boys and girls, when really it's saying how alike they are. So girls play with dolls and teddy bears, so do boys. Girls sing and dance, so do boys. So boys climb trees and do karate, so do girls. So it's talking about how similar boys and girls are before they talk about their differences. So here they're going to talk about, they introduce the private parts. So they do talk about actually this part is about going to the toilet. So they talk about how boys stand up and girls sit down, both sit down to go poop, but how we're the same and how we're different. Here you look at the back of a boy and a girl, and that we're the same from the back. And then they have them face forward, and you can see the difference will be around the genitals here. So it says vulva, and then penis and scrotum for the boy, okay? So it goes through and it talks about the boy parts. You can see like a little diagram, like an x-ray inside of the boy's body to show the inside parts, and it does the same for the girls. The images are very simple, so they're not too descriptive or detailed, right? So it goes through all the parts though, and it talks about how when we grow up and go through puberty that you got hair on your body, and that the egg cells are going to start to be released, and boys make sperm cells. So it's starting to introduce the more detail, okay? So as it goes on, it does talk about what sex is in here, but it's very simple, and it's actually beautifully done. I'm going to actually read it, okay? To make a baby, a sperm from a man's body and an egg from a woman's body must get together. So it's got a little image. Make sure you guys can see that. There you go. And then here's the image in the bed, okay, with some hearts. When grown-ups want to make a baby, most often a woman and a man have a special kind of loving called making love, having sex, or sex. This kind of loving happens when the woman and the man get so close to each other that the man's penis goes inside the woman's vagina. Children are much too young to do the special kind of loving called sex that grown-ups do. When grown-ups have sex, sperm can swim out through the small opening of the tip of the man's penis and into the woman's vagina. So it goes on, and it also talks about another way that babies can be born, or not born yet, but made. So it says sometimes a sperm and egg are not able to meet inside a woman's body. That's when a doctor can take an egg and a sperm and put them into a little dish where the sperm can swim into the egg. So it's talking about some infertility treatments there, okay? You'll see the big swim. It has some cute little drawings with the sperm and egg, who's gonna get there first, and has some cute little comments from the sperm. The growing womb. And then when it comes to some like common misconceptions, there's cute little comics about it. So here's one pregnant woman at the movies, and it talks about the food. A lot of children think that the baby grows in the stomach, so this talks about how the stomach is different from where a baby grows, so it points that out. This is really cool. This is actual size of the baby growing. So this is a full-grown baby, 6 months, 3 months, and 1 month. So that's kind of neat, what's growing, what's happening. Talks about the umbilical cord, how the baby breathes, what happens, what's it doing all day and all night. And then it talks about multiples too. So you got your triplets and quadruplets and stuff, and then actual sonogram picture too, which is cool. It talks about delivery, so I love how it includes home deliveries too. So it says most babies are born in a hospital, some babies are born at home. Most times special people, doctors and midwives, nurses or doulas help the mommy while her baby's being born. And talks about other people that might be there too. So that's kind of neat, but it acknowledges that. Talks about the birthday. Okay, cuddles and kisses. Okay, now this is a neat part of this book too. It is two daddies, or grandma or grandpa or foster parents. So it's acknowledging all the different types of families. And all the images here, you can see all these different families, which is great. They did a good job with that. Another thing that's really nice in here, and is a good age to be talking about this, is okay touches and not okay touches. So it talks about consent. Like, this is so awesome. This is a very simple explanation of consent. If any kind of not okay touch happens to you, tell a grown-up right away. Where is it? There's something here. Maybe it was on this page. Anyways, there was a part that I read that it talked about that you need permission to touch somebody, and if someone touches you, who to tell, and that sort of thing, okay? Talks about girls, boys, and friends. Growing up is so amazing. And then it ends with the comic strip again, okay? Awesome book. This will be in my library for sure. On the back of it, you can see there's 3 books by Robbie Harris for different ages. So this is, it's not the Stork, is for age 4 and up. It's So Amazing is the next version, which is for ages 7 and up, so it'll be more descriptive, right, and in more detail. And then even more than that is It's Perfectly Normal. That's for age 10 and up, okay? So as they grow and they need more information, more details, these will all help you with that, with your child, okay? So Jen Elledge, sexual health expert, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another book review. Bye-bye.